So, all right. I guess my first bet will be on the Celtics and the Heat, right? I'm betting Celtics in 7. Celtics going to the finals, right? Now, now you're probably thinking now, like, why would you pick the Celtics to win, right? The Miami Heat just beat the front runner of the East, right? Why aren't they the favorites? I harken back down to my previous points, the Miami Heat, right? They're playing, they're an overachieving team, you know, playing well through players that are having career years. You know, Duncan Robinson's having a career year. Bam Adebayo's an all-star, first all-star, first playoff series, I believe, as a starter, right? Yeah, Tyler Harrow, who's having, pretty decent, playing time. And he's hitting big shots against the Bucks. You got Kendrick Nunn, who's finally hit the rookie wall, and he is struggling. He is struggling, right? So my point is now we have to wait for Tyler Harrow to hit the rookie wall. Like, people were trying to compare, Tyler Harrow to Devin Booker, and so-called Miami insider thinks Tyler Harrow is gonna be better than Devin Booker. Okay, what else you gonna say, right? You got Goran Dragic, getting the dip of the fountain of youth right now, looking like Phoenix Suns Goran Dragic. The Dragon has returned, right? The Dragon has returned, and they're looking like a very tough team to beat. But the Celtics are the higher ceiling team with all the talent in the world. They have all the talent to match with the Heat, right? Celtics defense is elite. They just had a very, very intense defensive battle against the Raptors, who've had elite defense as well. Right? I mean, don't get me started. Pascal Siakam is trash right now. Like, he needs that Kawhi Leonard to take off the pressure from him. But now that he's the guy, right? Not so easy whatsoever now, is it, Pascal Siakam? Dude's just spinning around like fucking Blade. This shit reminds me of Julius Randle. Yo, I hate Julius Randle. Every time Julius Randle fucking drives in when he was on the Lakers, he used that stupid ass spin move. Every time reminds me of Julius Randle's dumbass. Like, oh man, God, you wouldn't believe how many Laker fans were saying he was the next coming of Chris Webber. And I just had to laugh. Like, dude, Chris Webber, I mean, this dude, Julius Randle, is a trash juice. But that's a side note. Pascal Siakam, every time he drove it in, he was pulling fucking spin moves left and right. And I was thinking to myself, this is all you got? Like, even Nick Nurse called him out saying that, dude, I don't know what's going on with Pascal Siakam. He ain't looking like himself, right? So there's that. But it was an intense, defensive battle, right? Between the two. So now you got the Celtics, right? They face adversity with championship level defense regarding the Raptors. They played with the harder defense. They push each other to the game 7. Even though there's a little ref ball, they pushed each other to game 7. So now the Celtics faced adversity. The Heat, they didn't really face adversity whatsoever. They just beat teams straight up, right? So now it's going to be the Celtics and the Heat, they're going to bring up, oh man, the big three with LeBron James, the big three with, Paul Pierce and stuff. They're going to push that narrative and put a storyline like, oh, here we go again. And you got the so-called, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and you got Goran Dragic, and then you got, the three from the Celtics, right? Like, I think Celtics take it in 7 because, so far, I think they may lose game 1. They're pretty tired right now. But I mean, the Celtics are built to go all the way. I mean, it's the NBA's always been a wing player league ever since Michael Jordan came to the scene. Like after Jordan's success, like wing players started getting picked and picked, and it's all she wrote from there, right? Wing players rule the NBA, right? You want to pick a big to draft, you need a wing player, like an elite wing player, and then you're set. The Celtics got elite wing players. They got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They got Marcus Smart, right? Those are some elite defensive players. Then you have Kemba Walker, who's elite in the offense. Jason Tatum's elite in the offense, or he's looking like it. Jaylen Brown, he's got his quirks so far, but he's pretty decent. He's had a career year this year as well. Marcus Smart has transformed himself from just a defensive player, with elite defense, to, a great 3-point shooting player. Like, he was so trash in his rookie year on offense, and he's transformed himself. So, great development from the Boston Celtics, right? So now they're set. I originally wasn't a believer in the Celtics as well because I felt that it was too early for them, right? You got Jaylen Brown having a career year, Jason Tatum having his all-star year. So I'm thinking to myself, they're like 2 years away where, Jason Tatum is able to get as much experience as possible and Jaylen Brown's able to get more experience as possible, because these guys, these two wing duels, will be the next best duels in the East with their wing tandem, right? So I thought they would, need as much experience as possible. I thought, they will probably fold in the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals, right? I thought maybe the Bucks would be able to beat them like 7, but the Celtics also had a good chance of beating them as well. So I was kind of like 50-50 on that. But the Bucks, they just got smashed by the Heat. So I think this is the best time for the Celtics now, because they have the best personnel to match any team, right? You got their wing players being able to handle the Heat, offense, right? And they can match any team in the East and the West. They can match any team just based off their personnel. You got Banabai, who's like what, 6'10", probably like 6'10", right? Or 6'9". Like Daniel Tice is like what, same height. Marcus Smart. You can put Marcus Smart on like basically point guard to power forward. It seems like he'll hold his own. Jason Tatum can keep up with like any of these guys. It's gonna be a pretty fun series to watch. And sometimes Brad Stevens kind of overanalyzes the situation sometimes. So who knows what's gonna happen? Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's been struggling offensively. And just look at the Heat side, right? Like they just straight up beat the Bucks. So they haven't really been tested, right? They've had great shooting nights from their players. Like Crowder had he was averaging 50% from the 3-point line. Like, that's crazy. And the Bucks were the Bucks are a team that does not guard the 3-point line well. Like they play risky defense. Where, you miss the 3, they're going to push it, they're going to push the fast break as they get the rebound, right? That's their goal. So, now that it's tight now, the Bucks didn't really adjust. So there's that. So these guys are getting free reigned from 3-point line. They're getting to their spots easy. So now it's gonna be the chess match of, can the Heat keep up the the shooting streaks now that they got a team that's able to adjust? And can the Miami Heat, defend the Celtics offense now? Because Jimmy Butler's going to have to guard Jason Tatum, and someone's going to have to guard Kemba Walker. It ain't going to be Kyle Lowry. It ain't going to be, Fred VanVleet. Like, the Raptors defense is elite. Like, can you really say that about Miami just yet? Like, the defense, like, you haven't really seen that. You've seen them crowd up the Bucks, play that, forming the zone against, Giannis, and Giannis didn't really know what to do much. He couldn't really do anything. He had to pass it out, and those shooters didn't really make shots to punish it, right? So I don't know if Miami's considered such an elite defense as of yet. I mean, I know they have some really good, players that can play elite defense. Jimmy Butler is elite in defense. Bam Adebayo's, it's great defensively as well. All right, and then you got Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala's corpse still running around on the court. So there's that right now. But so far from what I've seen, I believe the Celtics in 7. But, we'll see what happens in game 1. But I think the Celtics go in the finals. And it's going to be LA versus the Celtics all over again. But who knows which LA team is right now.